Precept upon precept. Texas two-step. Take a look and what do you see? It's an after effect. It's an after effect. The strobe light now double check my Texas two-step. Precept upon precept. When we miss the mark in our day's work, the tendency is to lose heart and check out. Hear this day and see your sin. Get back up and fucking win. Be proud and live out loud the truth of your destiny. Now ask the question, how do I want to feel today? Now ask out loud, how do I want to feel today? You see the light and feel the dark. Now bring to light what's in your heart. And your truths, and with your truth's direction, the light shall form a proper reflection. And on this day, in the dark, I said my words, and the light did spark. I read that to my daughter and asked her if she could understand what I was trying to say, and she said no, but it sounded cool. But I hope that you all will understand what I'm trying to say, basically kind of the theme that I've been talking about in highlighting in my QM journal pages about form and substance. And so I wrote some notes about following Molly's 6-minute video. I haven't looked at the longer one yet, but I have a few things to say to that. This is not to refute you, this is just to give you a different perspective and to validate, at least in my opinion, validate that I do hear what you're saying. So, hair. Yeah, hair is a big theme for me, I get it. I've always considered my hair my advantage. It didn't matter what I looked like. If my hair was put together, I think that's the phrase that you use, is put together. If it's put together, I can do a lot with it. In 2016, I stopped putting products in my hair, and this is pretty much my hair every day. So there's nothing in it. I just wash it and let it air dry, and sometimes I'll straighten it. I usually only cut my hair once a year, if that, but I did decide to cut my hair a few times this year. Let's see, makeup. Oh yes, makeup. I love makeup, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And I'm very uncomfortable and very nervous about recording myself. I can't explain why I feel so uncomfortable recording myself. I would have no problem talking to you face to face, but I don't have a person on the other side of me to look back at. I'm looking at my face, and it's kind of intimidating. I guess that's what I'm feeling. I feel a little bit intimidated because I do seem put together, and I don't really feel put together. I think makeup is part of the masculine, my masculine responding to my feminine. I think it's okay. You can look at it as a mask, but if it's also your angle or your marketing tool, then why not use it? Because you brought up marketing in your video, but I wish I could pause this so I could get my thoughts collected. I'm a little quirky, so I know that I'm quirky and I feel quirky and I act quirky around other people, but it's kind of weird to look at it because I think when most people first meet me or see me, they don't expect that. Anyway, so I'm not an artist as far as drawing or sculpting or painting goes. You guys all know that I like to write. Cooking is also a form of art that I greatly enjoy. But my canvas is me, and I think that's what we all came here to do, is to experience and to be who it is that we want to be, and that can always change, because that's the one thing that's constant, is change. And that's the word that just kept popping up in my head over and over and over last night, change. And And the word ignorance as well. A lot of times we will look at other people or situations or events, and we immediately form opinions based on this information that we're getting from this thing or this person outside of us. And we immediately think of them or the situation as ignorant, or we immediately spot the ignorance in other people. And I was staring at the definition of change last night, because the word just kept going over and over and over and over in my head, and I was like, what am I feeling from this? What does this mean? What do I need to do with this? And then ignorance came right after that. And I think for me personally, the bottom line is to acknowledge yourself. It's the breakfast of champions. It's what Louise said. Ask yourself, how do you want to feel? And if we haven't done that at all during our day, I mean, really, breakfast is supposed to be the most important meal, and that should be what we do when we wake up, is not to acknowledge the other beings in the room or the bed that are with us, our pets, our spouses, our significant others, our children. No, the first is you. You have to acknowledge you first. Acknowledge yourself. Don't be ignorant. Be, acknowledge, see yourself, say hello, and ask yourself, how am I feeling? And then you can change it if you want by asking, how do I want to feel? And then from that point forward, when you get out of bed, all your actions or your masculine is going to reflect the honesty of what's in your heart. That's what I was saying in the poem. And a precept is your word or your law or the law or a rule. And we create these rules with the self-talk that we do. And if we're not even talking to ourselves, how can we label anyone as inauthentic, as a liar, as an honest person, as a sinner, as a saint, as a Scrooge, as a selfish person, as a pervert? How can we label people when we are undefined? You have to define yourself, and in order to do that, you wake up in the morning and you acknowledge yourself. Don't be ignorant. And when you're focused on what's in here and what your goal is for the day, how do you want to feel? What kind of experiences do you want to bring into you or to flow into you? What do you want to embody? Labeling others and judging others and blaming others and sizing up situations, it kind of falls by the wayside, because then you start to I start to see the sameness, and that changes everything. And I'm getting off subject here. So I like wearing makeup. I think I'm really good at it. It helps me. I don't look at it as hiding. I don't look at it as hiding at all. I don't have a problem not wearing makeup. It's just playing around with aesthetics. It's like playing dress up. This is a play. You can be whoever you want to be. I think you even said that in your video. Anyway, the throat chakra and physical symptoms. That's another reason why I don't like looking at myself, is because I have a lot of nervous energy. I have a lot of anxiety. My lips tend to quiver when I'm talking to people in person. I don't let it stop me from engaging in conversation with people, but it's there, and I just try to ignore it because I'm not looking at it. But I have seen the reactions from other people, and sometimes they're a little afraid, or they thought it was the trigeminal neuralgia, that kind of thing. So that's definitely something that you want to explore and ask yourself and find the root cause, the spiritual cause of that. But the makeup, the being put together, that is form, and there's a substance behind that, and that came. It formed later. So you need to ask yourself, I don't know what you need to ask yourself. I'm losing my thoughts here, and I'm looking at the I'm looking at the video, and it's already 10 minutes, and I'm just talking too much because I love to talk. Okay, just do it for you. Like, I'm making this video for me. I like to be put together too. I like to do my videos outside, but I couldn't do that today because it's raining and it's gross, and I don't really want people to see my house because it's not put together, and I don't know when it's going to be put together because I'm having a difficult time shifting out of this energy. It's been over two years now since Hurricane Harvey destroyed everything. The footprints on the floor are sheetrock dust, and that's kind of how I live. But you know what? Fuck it. This is me. But really, it's not me. I mean, my house isn't me. The hair isn't me. The makeup isn't me. My words are me, and I can change those, and you can change those. So explore aesthetics. I think it's okay. I think you're beautiful without makeup. I love your hair, how in the pigtails that you have them in today. I've seen other videos, the rockabilly look, and I think you're gorgeous no matter what you do. I did notice that you have tattoos. I don't see a difference between tattoos and makeup. I don't have any tattoos. I've never really been a fan of that because I like to change my look, and I don't want the permanence. So yeah, that's something to consider too. And the clothes that you wear, why'd you wear a red shirt? You know, if you want, I don't know, if you want to be put together, or if you don't want to look like you're being put together, then it really wouldn't matter what you wore. It wouldn't matter if your clothes were wrinkled. It wouldn't matter if you had a belt on. It wouldn't matter if you had clothes on. But that's part of the conditioning. We cover ourselves in the most basic form. Our parents put diapers on us. I mean, we're covering ourselves, and we continue to do that. So it doesn't matter if it looks beautiful or if it doesn't look beautiful. You're still covering yourself, and that's not who you are. But let's not get carried away with our thoughts. Just have fun, you know? I mean, you're a leader, and you are the face of the QM. You're the face of the Om Schooler. I mean, you're the face of the Manifest reality show. You're the face of that. And I mean, you can do whatever you want. It's your message that people came to hear. The way you look, your beautiful face, your unique artistic abilities, your leadership skills, all those things, those are second. We all know that, but you need to know that. And when you make a video, just like whenever you make a QM journal page and you're sharing that on Instagram, you're doing it for you. So I have a cousin that asks me all the time if I'm making the videos for myself, and I go back and forth, but this video is for me. As you can see, now I'm at 13 minutes, and I'm getting really self-conscious because I'm just such a chatterbox. I'm a chatterbox in the text sessions. I'm a chatterbox on the phone. I love to talk. I love to talk about this kind of stuff, and when I find people that I can talk to about these kinds of things, I get excited and I just go with it. And my brain never stops. I'm always talking to myself. Right now I'm trying to focus on being careful and disciplined in what I'm talking about to myself and to others. So I still have a long ways to go, and I have like a list of things that I was going to go over, but I think I'm kind of done. True, not true. You said that. Let me ask you a question. What is fiction? I mean, we can make up whatever we want. We really can. It all depends on what's right here. You know, that's where your honesty is, and that's what needs to be reflected. So if you feel anything off, it's because the reflection or how you're presenting yourself it doesn't feel right with what's going on in here. But if you've written laws that are based on other people's conditioning and rules, then that's also something to consider as to whether you feel off or not. And the QM process, one last thing. So I had this amazing epiphany either last night or this morning, and I don't really know how to put it in words, but there's I'm going to use the QM process whenever I am, I guess, packaging my videos. I'm still kind of not sure what I'm doing here. I'm just fleshing it out, but I think I'm just gonna like bleh with my words on paper, on video, and then I'm gonna go through the sphere process of grounding, intent, observe, express, refine, and whatever it is that I'm working on, just further that, or whatever the message is, further that through the QM process, like literally living it out loud, like we talked about this morning. So anyway, I'm not going to apologize for this being too long, but if you watched all of this, thank you very much, and I hope you guys are having a great day.